You don't have to be famous on the internet just like Alex Hormozy in order to be rich and get results like these. The reason why your personal brand is not printing money just like this is not because of your followers, but it's because you're missing this one system that top creators are secretly using, even your favorite gurus. And after you watch this video, you're gonna know how to turn your content into clients with just one page, no crazy ads, no crazy funnels, just this system that I'm about to show you, that I call AMP, Attract, Message, and Profit. So AMP all boils down to two steps that I'm gonna break down for you. So first we have content, and then we have your offer. These two tie together because you get leads through your content, but if you don't have the right offer, you're not going to know how to close those people and you're going to end up losing thousands of dollars. And then on the content side, if you don't know how to make the proper content, you're not going to be getting any leads in to even explain your offer to. And what I'm breaking down today, anybody can implement, even if you are retarded. And this system is going to turn one page with a couple hundred views, just like I get over here, into a lead magnet that books calls just like this, as you can see, on a weekly basis. And remember, this is without running a single ad, so we aren't spending a penny. And the truth is, a lot of people try to spend months building this perfect brand, but the truth is that's not what the top level creators are doing. They're keeping it simple, one page, one offer, and content that builds trust with their audience in less than 60 seconds. You don't need followers, you just need the right flow. Once you fix that, your content will start to pay you back. By the way, if you're a coach posting content every single day and you're just tired of not getting any results, click the link in the description to book a call with me and I'll show you how we can set this up for your brand. But that being said, let's get right into this video. So first I'm going to go over content. Offer is the second step of the system, right? So content, let's go over here to short form content. As you can see here, generated millions of views for myself and for my clients, and I'm going to break down the basics of your content. So we're going to start with the hook that you all know with, and this is something that captivates your attention, right? So it's the first 3 seconds of the video, and this is like the scroll stopper, right? If you see a boring hook, somebody's talking slow, you're just going to scroll past. But if it's something that catches your attention, whether it's a desire, a problem, a question, a trend, a topic, a fact, or a belief, those are the 7 different types of hooks, by the way. That's when you're going to scroll stop. But if it's just a boring hook, like I said, people are just going to scroll by. So we have 3 types of hooks and 7 different types of pain points in those hooks. So we have a visual hook, which is, for example, if I were to grab, let's say, my dog and put a mic on him, as you can see my dog over here, and I was to grab this mic and put it on him and start talking through it, people are going to be like, whoa, why is there a mic on a dog? That's interesting. He's a cute dog, this, and they're going to stop scrolling to see what the video is about, right? And then you have a sound hook. So this is something like cha-ching, like when you're talking about money. So you see cha-ching sound. And then you have a verbal hook, which is something like how to make 10K this month as a coach, right? It's a desire hook because people who are watching this video, who will stop to watch the video, want to make 10K a month, and they're a coach who may not have reached that point yet. So these 3 hooks, it really doesn't matter which one you use. Test what works out best with your brand, and it's really just preference at the end of the day. But now, I'm going to tie into the most important part of the video, and you're like, Jack, isn't the hook the most important part? But it's actually not. The most important part of your video is the build-up, and let me explain why. So those 3 seconds that you stop, great. You got the viewer's attention, but then they're like, okay, what's going to happen next? If you go straight to the point and give them what they're watching the video for, the promise or whatever it is, they're going to scroll by because you already gave it to them. But the thing is with Instagram, TikTok, and even YouTube, are you making only $10,000 a month, not have enough money to pay all your bills and barely being able to see your family? Well, this video is for you because as soon as I implemented this 3-step system for my client John, he doubled his revenue in 30 days. That's a problem hook with a desire mixed in for a build-up, right? And it was also kind of a question hook. That's going to be the next one. So a question hook would be like, are you tired of making 10K a month as a coach? All of these can be question hooks, all of these tied together in some way, shape, or form. And then we have a fact hook. AI replaced 50% of jobs in the last 10 years. And here's how to make sure you don't get replaced. That's an example. Trend hook would be some, like let's say there's a trending dance, or for example, one that I'll pop up on the screen.
We literally got the only fish fry spot in Corona. Make sure you come down there.
Was people would throw water at people outside their store and they would come running, banging at the door, and they're like, you see, everybody wants to stop at this coffee shop because we have the best coffee in town. Come by, check us out, blah, 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 blah. And that was like, whoa, that's a trend, right? People started doing it. A bunch of businesses started doing it. And it's funny. It makes sense. And it's like, oh, I'm going to go check that place out. And then we have a belief hook, which would be like, you don't need ads to make $100,000 a month as a coach. And let me explain why. Because my client, John, made $120,000 last month all with organic content, not spending a penny on ads. So that's an example of a belief hook. You're literally shattering somebody's belief that they need ads in order to make $100,000 a month as a coach. I think I covered all the hooks in there, but it's important you use those 7 different types of emotional hooks, and then you use one of the 3 hook types, like the setting of the hook, what you're doing. And a verbal hook is just talking, by the way, nothing crazy. Now you've mastered your hook, you've mastered the build up, and they're watching the video, but you're probably like, Jack, what comes next? And it's literally just the promise of the hook. So over here, whoa, that was a big ass circle. Over here we have the body, right? So you got them in, they're watching the video, and this is just the original promise that you did in the hook, right? So you're gonna give them that 3-step system that you use for John, right? So that's the body, you're giving them what they were watching the video for. And then you can have a CTA. There's like 3 different routes you can go with this. You can either have them comment something like, comment doc for my free video teaching you how to scale to past 10K a month. And it goes even deeper into what you were talking about. Because remember, your reels are not supposed to be too long. Max, I would say 60 seconds. But especially if you're new, make sure your reels are under 30 seconds because the algorithm's going to push it out more. You have more watch time, more views. And then once you have a bigger reach and you have a bigger online presence, then you should start doing longer videos. Get a little bit deeper into your processes. Now, the other one is simple, like just follow me for more, right? Follow me for more content like this. Excuse my typing. Today's typing is off. Anyways, and then after that, you can just say, save this for later or send to a friend, right? They can send this to a friend. Now, I would rate these as this is a hard CTA. This is a medium. And then this save or send is, actually, no, follow would be a soft CTA. And then medium would be, save this for later, send to a friend. And yeah, so now you've mastered your hook, you've mastered your build-up, you've mastered the body, giving them the promise. Because remember, you're talking about stuff that you are experienced in, that you can talk about in your sleep. And you mastered your call to action. It doesn't really matter which ones you use. I recommend you only do hard CTAs 3 times a week. If you just created a new brand, make sure you are not doing any call to actions. Build up that online presence because nobody knows who the crap you are. So like for 30 days, go without doing call to actions, and then you can start doing, for now, you can just say follow for more, save this for later, send this to a friend, or what have you. But yeah, make sure the hard ones are only 3x a week if you've already built that online presence. If not, wait 30 days, build up your brand, build up that presence where your audience has a chance to know you, like you, and see if they can relate and trust to you. Now, let's head over to the offer because you have mastered content. Now you have all these leads coming in, and you're like, I'm not closing anybody. And I'm going to explain why. It's actually really simple. A lot of coaches complicate this. I've had several clients with the same issues. They have this insanely difficult to understand offer. Remember, confused people don't buy. So you want to be working only with high ticket. The reason why is because low ticket people are a pain. And if you're somebody who's an entrepreneur, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The lowest paying people are always the ones who never grow that far. They're always the ones who are worried and skeptical about everything. And they're always the ones who ask you for refunds. So focus on high ticket people. They're less stressful, easier to deal with, and they typically get better results because low ticket people want what the high ticket people are getting, but they're paying a low ticket price. So forget about doing low ticket. Minimally, you should be charging $3K for your offer, minimally. Now, remember, another thing, have one offer. You don't need 100 different offers. And you're like, Jack, well, I see other businesses and other agencies, other coaches, they have 6, 7 different offers. And it's like, you only need one offer. The reason why they have a lot of offers is because they're already making hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars a month. And they've scaled to that point, but they all started with one offer. Make it simple, start getting results, and then focus on scaling later and adding more offers. You only need one offer. You need to sell communication. Rich people love communication. People love that one-to-one personalization, which is the next thing. And then you need to sell community, which mixes in with personalization, but people love the term networking. You need to sell community because people love to quote unquote network. And then one-to-one personalization, people love when you actually care about them. And this is something that actually has been huge. It has like tripled our sales with our coaching group from other coaching groups, and we're literally stealing clients. And what all of them say, 99% of them, you are more one-to-one with us. Whether it's the coach themselves, the name behind the brand, or it's other coaches inside the community, we make sure our clients are super one-to-one with their clients because people love that one-to-one personalization. So as long as you master these in your offer, you are going to have a killer offer. You're going to get a lot more sales. And now that you've mastered your content, you'll be having a lot more leads coming in. That's pretty much a wrap. Oh, and by the way, this offer has generated $50,000 a month consistently for our clients. Like our client, where it's October 31st as I'm filming this, it's probably going to be November when you see this, but we closed out $99,000 for the month this month, just today. off organic content, not spending a penny on ads, and all with this strategy that I broke down in this video. Everything I broke down, we use for that client, and our clients are doing $50,000 a month minimum consistently. So that being said, if you're a coach and you're just, like I said earlier, just tired of posting, you're not getting those results, you don't know what the F to do, click the link in the description, book a call with me, and I'll show you how we can set this up for your brand. And that being said, I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.